Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Facebook. Yes, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and if I get some money in my PayPal, I might do a drink combo in honor of Martin Luther King Jr., but right now I'm just shredding some guitar. Martin Luther King Jr. was an awesome dude. His I Have a Dream speech is basically saying, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, why can't we all just get along? And in today's overly politicized, overly woke society, people are not being nice to each other, and it's a crying shame. We want to make it all about your pronouns or being politically correct. It's ridiculous. And the problem with, I hate to say it, but the problem with pronoun culture is there's always going to be that one asshole that abuses the whole pronoun thing, which I think pronoun culture is stupid. And if you're not willing to respect everyone else's pronouns outside of the rainbow community, then we don't have to respect yours. Because it should be about treat others the way you want to be treated. I don't got a problem with pronouns, it's just that the whole thing is just weird to me, you know? It doesn't affect or hurt me in the slightest. I just think it's weird. You know? And I'm not trying to be a dick, but what's going to stop someone from saying that their pronouns are God, supreme ruler of the universe, and that they're the only ones allowed to have those pronouns, and everyone else's pronouns suck, and if you don't respect their pronouns, you're a bigot. Again, that's a shitty talking point, but also, if you identified as that, then you're a piece of shit. Just saying. Plus, you got these people who identify as black, but they're white. Look it up. It's called being transracial. Could you imagine black people having to face 400 plus years of oppression from the white man just to turn around and see a bunch of white people who think they're black? I don't know how Martin Luther King Jr. would react to that personally. And I'd like to think that, you know, I draw the line at being transgender. You know, if you want to be transracial, get the fuck out of here with that. And this video might offend some of you, but I'm not here to spread hate. I'm not here to spread misinformation. The world we live in has gone off the rails, man. It's a crazy world we live in. And quite frankly, I think trans people should have their own sports leagues. Women had to fight for equality to have their own sports leagues. So, because there was a time when women were not allowed to compete in sports or vote, being run by a male-dominated world. So women had to do the thing, Women's March, Women's Lib, Flower Power of the 60s, and all of that to fight for their right to vote. Women have been fighting oppression from men since before the 1800s. Just to have men who turn themselves into chicks, and then they just smoke the competition. It's completely unfair to cisgendered women, in my personal opinion, because men are genetically built tougher than women. Otherwise, you wouldn't get so mad at, when women get hit by men. Oh, and you know what I'm saying? It's the truth. Fuck domestic violence for that matter. That's what I'm saying, dude. Power to the people. Trans people should have their own sports leagues. That way it's fair for everyone involved. The problem with this is that there are going to be some individuals who think that they should be allowed to compete alongside other women because they identify as one. And I'm like, yeah, but identity politics is stupid and it's a dangerous rabbit hole I don't want to go down. So I'm saying to you right now that trans people should have their own sports leagues. That way it's fair for everyone. I'm not here preaching hate, just telling it like it is. Also, if you haven't heard of the 4B movement, it's a movement that started in South Korea where women are protesting that men have too much privilege, and they're protesting by, and I quote, swearing off sex, swearing off men and dating, swearing off starting a family, and just swearing off men in general. And a bunch of overly privileged Western women who don't like Trump hijacked the movement because they didn't get their way. Well, there's a reason why the 4B movement exists in South Korea, because women in South Korea have far less privilege than women here in the United States of America. And how are women in America protesting with the 4B movement? Everything as I mentioned as above, and shaving their heads. Freaking out on TikTok, which is no longer a thing. Oh, boo-hoo. People are freaking out because, what are we going to do? They took TikTok away. And it's like, calm the fuck down. There are plenty of social media pages you can use. It's not the end of the fucking world. Personally, I don't care because I think TikTok's brainwashed, but that's just my personal opinion. Keep in mind, I went 6 years without having a girlfriend. So the 4B movement's not going to affect me in the slightest. You're not going to be able to baby trap us, screw us over on divorce court, because they're throwing off marriage too with the 4B movement. They're throwing out starting a family, marriage, men, and sex and dating. That's why it's called the 4B movement. And it's not going to affect me in the slightest. But you think Trump gives a shit if you shave your head bald or if you swear off sex? Fuck no, he's got a country to run, man. And 4 years from now, when all these women look back at how they overreacted and how they're screaming, why can't they find a man to provide for them? And it's like, well, when you're sitting there saying, fuck the patriarchy, and all men are pigs, and you don't need a man in your life, but then go on your little TikTok social media pages and go, why can't I find someone? Okay, ladies, let me ask you this. Would you date a man who acted like that towards women? No, you call him an incel and you probably make fun of him for being gay, even though he's probably not. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying. You know? One thing I can gather from circling back to the main topic of today's Facebook video, what I can gather from Martin Luther King Jr., and I don't care if he worshiped Jesus, Ozzy Osbourne's Dreamer, your religion doesn't matter much to me. Without each other's help, there ain't no hope for us. What I can gather from this I have a dream speech is, why can't we all just get along? I'm sick and tired of our society using social media, the news, and the general population to segregate us, separating us based off of gender, sexuality, religion, race, creed, what country you from. You know, fuck Adolf Hitler. The human race is the superior human race. You know what I'm saying? The superior race is the human race. Yeah. Fuck Adolf Hitler. Fuck racism, fuck sexism, fuck sickos, fuck LGBTQ phobic bullshit. Power to the people. I'll catch you later.